What's going on, vibers? It's your boy J.S. Vaughn. And guess what, y'all? We back with another one, y'all. Today's track is called Who's a Gangster by your boy Akila. You know what I mean? Let's jump right into it, fam. Let's go.
Yo, Akala, listen, who's the gangster? We claim gangster. Hip hop tells us we're gangster. But do we make the straps and the scales? Or just pack?
Oh, he's about to get deep with this shit, man. Oh man, because that's basically it, man. He's going now. I see what angle he's coming. He's like, yo, on some real shit. Who's the real gangster and shit? Because at the end of the day, we're not the ones that's putting the straps in the freaking hood. We're not the one that's dropping the drugs in the hood and all this type of freaking. We're not bringing the freaking drugs in the country and shit. Who's doing all that? You know what I mean? Who's the true gangster? I want to hear that, yo, for real, man. Let's go.
But do we make the straps and the scales? Or just pack the jails? So please ask yourself, who's the gangster? The real gangster. I don't give a rat's ass or a rascal. And your spars are where your pawpaw don't start. And your bars are of your mastered. How to spar with a bastard. Been dark since the march of the Spartans. Before Eve ate the fruit of the garden, I was in pursuit of the truth like a slalom. Dodging these sergeants, slave masters. Whether the cuff sword, if ever done taught them. Same shit, different jargon. Same clip, different cartridge. Same whip,
Same clip, different cartridge. Oh, let me wind it up for a second.
and I was in pursuit of the truth like a slalom. Dodging these sergeants, slave masters. Whether the cuff sword, if ever done taught them. Same shit, different jargon. Same clip, different cartridge. Same the fruit of the garden. I was in pursuit of the truth like a slalom. Dodging these sergeants, slave masters.
Yo, he's in pursuit of the truth. You know what I mean? And that shows you he's like he compares it to slave hold on.
Pawpaw don't start at your bars hard of your mastered. How to spar with a bastard. Been dark since the march of the Spartans. Before Eve ate the fruit of the garden, I was in pursuit of the truth like a slalom. Dodging these sergeants, slave masters. Whether the cuffs.
You need sergeants, slave masters.
So what if ever done taught them? Same shit, different jargon. Same clip, different cartridge. Same whip, different master. Look closer, we ain't got past it. The shackles are not.
Say, hold up, what he said?
Rattle and rap, but they collect the dividends. With different jargon. Same clip, different cartridge. Same whip, different master. Look.
I like that shit, yo. Same whip, different master. You know what I mean? Oh, that's deep, yo. I've never heard it framed like that. I had to freaking rewind that shit real quick because that shit sounded mad tough, and it is tough. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, yo, we're being fucking whipped all fucking day and shit. But it's just like we have a different freaking master and a different set of whips and whatnot that that people not realizing what's going on. This is freaking funny, man. Let's go. I like that, yo.
Look closer, we ain't got past it. The shackles are not tackled, they're just different. Cattle rattle and rap, but they collect.
Man, he said it again, man. He just basically said what I said, man. This is shackles. We not going with the shackles yet. They just fucking different. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, there's still shackles and whatnot. But you just have to freaking concentrate a little bit more and after that see where they're at. You know what I mean? Because they're invisible shackles. Makes shit more interesting that way. You know what I mean?
Same shit, different jargon. Same clip, different cartridge. Same whip, different master. Look closer, we ain't got past it. The shackles are not tackled, they're just different. Cattle rattle and rap, but they collect the dividends. We fuel for someone else's engine. We don't run a damn thing, we're just pretending. So all the big talk don't affect me. My elders lick banks, so you can't impress me with all the talk about another man's gun. Look, we used to kill each other for fun. When the
Yo, man, all that talk about another man's gun, the same gun they be using just to kill each other for fun, man. We be using to kill each other for fun.
When the master sends the overseers to see us, we toss the weapon. So all the big talk don't affect me. My elders lick banks, so you can't impress me with all the talk about another man's gun. Look, we used to kill each other for fun. When the master sends the overseers to see us, we toss the weapon and run. Boy, them run.
Oh, when the masters come to see the overseers, we toss the weapons and run. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's crazy. The way he puts that's crazy, man. It's a fucking brain fart. You know what I mean? That's dope. we use a freaking weapons to shoot each other for fun and whatnot. When the overseer, whoever that is, a freaking cops and shit like that comes, the way that he says it is just like mad fucking jarring and like weird but factual at the same time and whatnot. Like when it's time for us to do freaking damage to each other, it's so easy to freaking do. You know what I mean? But at the same time and whatnot, when the overseer comes and freaking tell us what the fuck to do, instead of doing the same thing that we're doing to ourselves and whatnot, we drop our guns and run. You know what I mean? That shit is like that shit is the way he put that shit. That shit was dope. You know what I mean? Literally. You know what I mean?
See us, we toss the weapon and run. Boy, them running yard, this your mother. Dashing her knickers all out of the cupboard. Got us face down with the feet on our neck, but we still believe we are vets. But do we make the straps and the scales or just pack the gels? Toss the weapon and run. Boy, them running yard, this your mother. Dashing her knickers all out of the cupboard. Got us face down with the feet on our neck, but we still believe we are vets. But do we make the straps and the scales or just pack the gels? So please ask yourself, who's the gangster? Do we make the planes and the boats that import the coke? So please ask yourself, who's the gangster?
Planes and the shit to import the coke. Yeah, I said that shit in the first couple of minutes of the short track, man. This is a dope ass freaking concept for a short track, yo, for real, man. I like that. And I knew he was kind of, like I said, the first couple of things he said, I knew it was going that direction. It's kind of freaking a really dope concept. I like that.
Who's the gangster? Do we make the planes and the boats that import the coke? So please ask yourself, who's the gangster? Do we make the straps and the scales or just pack the gels? So please ask yourself, who's the gangster? Do we make the planes and the boats that import the coke? So please ask yourself. We blow each other's brain, so entertaining. They drop bombs with depleted uranium. We broke the law, we go to prison. They kill a couple million, stack a billion. Business as usual, death in the colonies.
You see, you heard that shit? That's crazy. Hold up. Listen to this.
Please ask yourself. We blow each other's brain, so entertaining. They drop bombs with depleted uranium. We broke the law.
Alright, so we shoot ourselves so entertaining. They drop bombs.
We go to prison. They kill a couple million.
We go, okay, what was this saying?
Depleted uranium. We broke the law. We go to prison. They kill a couple million. Stack a billion. Business.
They kill a couple of million. Business as usual. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
As usual, death in the colonies. What is that? But state to state armed robbery. Just a road move on a bigger level. Think we are mountains, but we're just pebbles. Better yet a sanguine, pop a little champagne. But people in the south of France are not our fans, mate. We love to live nice and happy too. But ask yourself this: does anyone that you know control the flow of capital? The answer is no. And if you knew
I like that, yo. Let me ask you a question. Do anyone that you know own capital? The answer, I guess, is no. You know what I mean?
But ask yourself this: does anyone that you know control the flow of capital?
Do anyone that you know control the flow of capital? You know what I mean? That's some big shit right there. And he was like, "Yo, nope." The answer I'm guaranteeing is no. You know what I mean? Because you can't dictate the way money flows and whatnot. So therefore, it's like you think you have power when you roll in with that big car and you flashing your money around your chain and all that shit, but like you don't really have that much power because you don't control the way your money moves and the percentage of how your money is. You know what I mean? That shit is fucking dope.
The answer is no. And if you knew the business deals, man, and negotiating, you would know you can never ever claim that I'm hating. Vegan cuz, but I get the bacon and eggs just fine in case you're mistaken. But if I don't like that, I don't like that. Grew up on Big U and Gregory Isaac. No surprise that revolution in my track. Been right there from right back. Sacred geometry. Don't follow me. Still just an angry youth that spits horribly. Trying to live peaceful. I remember what happened the last time I lost my temper. And believe I ain't trying to be hard. The abuse that I suffered, I'm emotionally scarred. Supposed to be only beholding the bars. Instead I'm a professor that never went to class. I write literature.
I like that, yo. Instead, I'm a professor that never went to class. Bars, bro. Bros. Because I feel like he's saying that he self-taught himself and whatnot. And that's bars, you know what I mean? All the fucking tools and everything that you need to actually teach yourself about shit that you don't know is all the way out there. The only shit that you really need to know before you start that journey is knowing how to read and shit. If you know how to read, the world is yours, you know what I mean? You gotta grab it by the ball sacks and keep it moving. Pause. You know what I mean? Let's go.
They write bars, the Celtic Warrior, maroon from yard. When you compare me to these little tarts, all you're showing is you're not very smart. Real MC.
Yeah, when you compare me to these little tarts, man, all that you showing me that you're not very smart and shit. But he's just saying like, yo, he's not an average MC, you know what I mean? And he doesn't like to be compared to the regular MCs and shit that do this shit but don't have no freaking content behind the shit that they put out. It's just like commercial shit that they put out. You know what I mean? It's not relaying any type of freaking positive message or any message at all. You know what I mean?
All you were showing is you're not very smart. Real MC, it's my culture. Grew up on the sound systems with the toasters. You might have put down. It's bird gear to me. 10th planet ain't not another one near to me. When I orbit, clicks forfeit, corset, flow my youth, don't force it. Or try brush man off, was just conscious. Come out my face with that nonsense tug revolution. That's what it is. Never do we run from one of these kids. If we ain't
said, man, talk revolution. That's where it is. Never will I run from none of these kids. That's just that nigga. That motherfucker call them kids, man. Yo, let's go.
That's what it is. Never do we run from one of these kids. If we ain't shook of the owners of the plantation, why would we run from a slave? We've all got goons.
Hold up.
That's what it is. Never do we run from one of these kids. If we ain't shook of the owners of the plantation, why would we run from a slave?
Hold up.
Of the plantation, why would we run from a slave? We've all got goons that love us enough to wanna die. Come out my face with that nonsense tug revolution. That's what it is. Never do we run from one of these kids. If we ain't shook of the owners of the plantation, why would we run from a slave?
He said, if we ain't shook from the owner of the plantation, why should we run from a slave and shit? You know what I mean? It's like, yo, freaking owner of the plantation is not fucking, don't get me shook. Then what the fuck am I running away from a slave for? You know what I mean? Because he's talking about, I think he's talking, let me listen to a little more to make sure I get that shit right before I fucking stick my fucking foot in my mouth.
We've all got goons that love us enough to wanna die for us, so just behave. Cause man are old school straighteners. 1, 2, 1, 2, face of the haters. Chasing the papers, nah. Man are chasing freedom, but papers are making a blatant shake.
He said, chasing the paper, nah, man. I'm chasing the freedom, you know what I mean? I like that bar, man, because on some real shit, yo, you chasing the paper, man, you're going to be chasing, you're going to be running after something that you never going to be able to catch completely, you know what I mean? But if you chase for your freedom and whatnot, that's something that could always be freaking obtained with education, you know?
And quaking in the boots. Anytime you talk about breaking enslavement, so I do feel like Neo in the Matrix. Cause I don't understand. Chasing the papers, nah. Man, I'm chasing freedom, but papers are making a blatant shaking and quaking in the boots. Anytime you talk about breaking enslavement, so I do feel like Neo in the Matrix. Cause I don't understand. Why is everybody so scared of the agents? When they are powerless, blatant. Got a little.
So what? I feel like I'm Neo in the Matrix. Why is everybody so scared of the agents and shit, yo? I like the fact that he actually relate what's going on in the freaking world and compare the freaking him to Neon and whatnot, and I guess the police officers or the overseers to the agents and shit. You know what I mean?
Why is everybody so scared of the agents? When they are powerless, blatant. Got a little bit.
They are powerless, blatant. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you look at the movie, the Matrix and shit, there's Neo that can see throughout the Matrix and shit, and then you got your agents and shit. The agents are fucking powerless. They're a fucking program. They only do one thing and shit like that. That's why freaking Neo was able to freaking get off of them on the first Matrix and shit. You know, get over on them on the first Matrix because he saw everything and shit. So therefore, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? That's what he's saying. It's like, yo, on some real shit, they're powerless. Just like the freaking cops. The cops are powerless and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, they're being, whatever they do, it's somebody sending the order down and whatnot. So you should respect the cops, but you shouldn't freaking cave in to what like they're not men. Like we all got rights and whatnot, and we should all stand for our particular rights and shit. You know what I mean? Never be mad. Don't never be freaking scared of no man. You know what I mean?
I put it on the line. Listen to the shit that I spit in spitting my rhymes, Ali at his prime. Principle first, even if that means I don't get heard. Cause the herd's absurd, the hate and the nerd, but the nerd's controlling the face of the earth. So I told man so on the line, listen to the shit that I spit in my rhymes, Ali at his prime. Principle first, even if that means I don't get heard. Cause the herd's absurd, the hate and the nerd, but the nerd's controlling the face of the earth. So I told man so straight, I'm a nerd, but double your track of my worst. Cold as a blizzard in a...
Hold up. I like what he said. I didn't even peep it until I thought it was a diss, and after that I listened to more. I was like, oh, I should pause now. I said, I'm not gonna pause. I gotta let it go so I can hear what he's gonna say completely and whatnot. But yeah, it's a good thing that I listened to whatnot because that shit was dope. So let's go.
Principle first, even if that means I don't get heard. Cause the herd's absurd, the hate and the nerd, but the nerd's controlling the face of the...
He said the nerds control the face of the earth.
So I told man so straight, I'm a nerd, but double your track of my worst.
He said, yeah, man, so straight, I'm a nerd. You know what I mean? So at first I was like, I thought he was freaking disrespecting the freaking nerds and whatnot due to the fact that he said nerds freaking control the face of the earth and whatnot. And then he compared himself to a nerd, meaning like, okay, at the end of the day, that's what he's basically saying. Yo, I'm a fucking nerd and shit. You know what I mean? And the only shit that I want to do is change the environment that's going on this planet and shit. And you got to be intelligent to do that type of shit. You know what I mean? And I'm up and willing to do that for the task and shit. And I definitely respect that. You know what I mean? That's definitely dope.
Ali at his prime, principle first, even if that means I don't get heard. Cause the herd's absurd, the hate.
And he said that another thing that he said that was dope and shit, yo. I think he was talking about like the shit that he be saying and whatnot. A lot of shit is that he be saying is like controversial and shit like that. So you won't hear it in on the radio or in a lot of places and whatnot. But he understands that, you know what I mean? And he's still willing to actually freaking talk about these topics because he feels that they're important to him. And if they're important to him, they must be important to other people. So what the places that he is able to be heard and whatnot is better than all the other places that he's not heard. That's what I think.
When they are powerless, blatant. Got a little bit, but I put it on the line. Listen to the shit that I spit in my rhymes. Ali at his prime. Principle first, even if that means I don't get heard. Cause the herd's absurd, the hate and the nerd, but the nerd's controlling the face of the earth. So I told man so straight, I'm a nerd, but double your track of my worst. Cold as a blizzard in a furnace, the wizard of a wordsmith. Riddles that I chisel in stone, perfect. Ask yourself on the road, they tell you Akala is cold. He kicks knowledge for the block, never gonna stop. Progression on my albums, never gonna flop.
I like that shit, man. I keep knowledge. I like that, man.
When that shit's on, it starts to dawn. The whole shit is chess. They want us to celebrate the fact that we are just pawns. But
I like that shit, yo. Oh, man. Yo, let me tell you something. The first time I played chess, I think I told that shit already, man. But chess is a dope-ass game and whatnot. It's a game of strategy and shit. If you know how to play great game, the game of chess and whatnot, you'll see the world in a whole fucking different light, bro. You know what I mean? It's just fascinating and shit. You'll see freaking positioning yourself, and you see where we at in complete and where we could be and whatnot if we work hard. You know what I mean?
oh shit is chess. They want us to celebrate the fact that we are just pawns. But I am not on it. See, the last thing they want is man.
They want to celebrate the fact that we are pawns, but I'm not one. You know what I mean? So he's just basically freaking laying it down. You know what I mean? Because like at the end of the day, whenever you're playing chess, the pawns are the ones that get sacrificed. You know what I mean? So like if you look at that in this actual world and whatnot, yo, the first responders are like the freaking the pawns and whatnot. You know what I mean? And whatever your definition of a first responder is and whatnot, that's pretty much what the pawns are nowadays and shit, yo. Let me keep it going, man. I don't want to get all deep and shit. But let's go.
With road energy to stop killing one another and think cleverly. Ask why you're living, when you're living, how you live.
Stop killing one another and think more cleverly. I like that. Let's go.
The whole shit is chess. They want us to celebrate the fact that we are just pawns. But I am not on it. See, the last thing they want is man with road energy to stop killing one another and think cleverly. Ask why you're living, when you're living, how you living. Did you create the condition?
Yeah, you want rogue. yo, he's saying a lot of this shit, yo. I'm gonna let that rock.
You were raising your kid, and if you didn't, who did it? Is it really for the hood? If our pressures like our lyrics, only by crushing your aspirations can they maintain this here situation. Only by destroying the dreams of your kids quick can they keep that unearned privilege. And that's what it's all about.
Yo, man. Crushing the dreams of your kids, crushing your willpower, creating division, and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? I mean, word. This track right here is on so many different levels and whatnot. You just gotta take a step back and just embrace it for what it is, man. Just pure dopeness and whatnot. Even the sentiment of like, yo, who's the gangster and whatnot. You know what I mean? The people that you would think that's walking the street and doing all these funny ducky shits. In actual reality, those are not the gangsters. You know what I mean? Those are the pawns. They're doing exactly what society wants them to do. You know what I mean? And that's the sad thing about it. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, because we're conditioned to do these things, and that's what's sad about it. You know what I mean? And everybody plays a part. You know what I mean? Like in the chess game, everybody plays a part. You know what I mean? And yeah, dope ass track, definitely dope ass. I haven't freaking heard one track that Akala has done that I haven't liked. You know what I mean? Definitely positive message and whatnot. Think for yourself and whatnot. That's why God the Almighty gave us a brain for. You know what I mean? So definitely what's up, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, you already know. Put it down there in the comment section all day long and whatnot. You see this right? If you guys want to do any type of videos or any or any track and whatnot, put it down there in the comment section all day long and whatnot. You see this right here is my motherfucking thumb. I want y'all to take y'all thumb and put it all the way up there. All the way up there with the thumbs up, man. Show me some love and support in that way. Another way you motherfuckers to show me some love and support and whatnot is by subscribing to the channel right down there all day long. And that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, I had to shave that freaking Corona freaking beard off and shit. I was getting depressed off of that shit, yo. But anyways, man, I'm gonna check you guys out later. Nonsense is definitely. I'm out, yo. Peace out, man.